What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Real NBA video. So in today's video I'm going to be talking about the NBA suspending its season until possibly the middle of June. So basically, as you probably know by now, the NBA has suspended its season earlier this week. So yeah, basically, since that virus has been spreading around, the NBA decided to suspend its season because it's just not safe to have a large group of crowds and a large group of players playing together. And Rudy Gobert ended up testing positive for the virus, and then Rudy Gobert ended up playing against a lot of teams while he was infected, but he didn't know he was infected. And then the players that he played against other players, and it was just like, yeah, the NBA needed to suspend its season. And the NBA season is currently suspended. Originally, the NBA was going to be suspended at least a month. That was the only information that we had up until today, that the season was going to be suspended until at the minimum 30 days. So that means they could have possibly came back in like early to mid-April, but now they said that they're probably going to be back in June. And then when they do come back in June, that there's probably not even going to be any crowds at the games, which is like crazy to even think about, because obviously crowds play a big part in NBA games. These are my initial thoughts. I haven't really thought about it too much, but these are my initial thoughts on what I think the NBA is gonna do and all this stuff like that. June is currently 3 months away, so that's kind of crazy, because that means that means the NBA is going to be played in the middle of the summer, like the middle of the summer, which is crazy to even think about, because obviously the NBA is in the off season during the summer. So yeah, as of right now, the only information is that the some owners and executives are increasingly believing that the best case scenario is that the NBA is going to return to play in mid to late June with no fans. Like, that's the best case scenario, that the NBA is coming back to mid to late June and there's going to be no fans, and it's just going to be like that. And this is crazy because I don't know what's gonna happen. Does this mean that the NBA is gonna come back and play the rest of the regular season and then the playoffs, and then have the next season start in December or January for the 2020-2021 NBA season? Or does this mean that they're gonna just start, immediately start the playoffs, immediately just go right into the playoffs in mid to late June when they come back? But what I think the NBA will do is that they'll have the NBA come back in mid-June, and then they'll play out the rest of the regular season where the teams left off, so that the Pelicans and Trailblazers and other teams can fight for the 8th seed, and then teams that are currently in the playoffs can fight for better seeding. And then the NBA season will probably end around mid-July. After the regular season ends, I think they will probably let fans in, maybe a limited amount of fans in when the playoffs start, because I can't imagine that in a playoffs without fans. Like, that just doesn't seem possible. I mean, I know you can still play basketball and all that stuff without fans, but a playoff, the playoffs, a, I don't think you can have a playoffs without fans, because the fans and home court advantage and the crowd, it's just so important to the home team, for their crowd to go crazy after literally every play. Every time their team scores a 3-pointer or a dunk, the crowd will go crazy. You know the playoffs, every single thing that happens for the home team, the crowd goes crazy. And I can imagine that the NBA would just be like, actually, let's not have that this year, So I think they'll probably let the fans come back during the playoffs, maybe a limited amount of fans, as I said. And then the playoffs will probably end in mid-September. And then after that, we'll have the draft in late September. And then we'll have the off season be in October, November, and December, and then have the next season start in January. I think that's probably what the NBA is gonna do. And then, yeah, I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I think that's what the NBA is gonna do. But I'm just rambling on, so thank you guys for watching. Stay safe out there, and yeah, that's gonna be all for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.